What's up YouTube? I'm going to go ahead and install those e-trailer trimmer racks today, show you how it's done on my 5x10 trailer. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is look at our mounting for our trimmer racks. So we'll put it exactly where I want it. Alright, this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil and mark out exactly where the trimmer racks will go. Alright, the one thing I do want to show you is this does have wood inside the trailer. So what we're going to have to do is actually take this here. A little better there. I'm going to mark it here because I'm going to have to cut this wood out so that it can fit in there correctly. So I'm going to do a little bit better job there without the camera. And the way that I'm going to go ahead and cut that out is there's a few different ways you can do it. You can do it with a drill and just drill a few holes in it and then just keep drilling holes until it's done. But my method, I'm actually going to use a sharp wood chisel and I'm just going to hammer it in there. So I'll show you that in a second. Alright, I hope you guys can see it that well. So I've got the lines here where I drew it with a pencil. And I got my chisel. And I'm really going to just hammer it out there. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you the drill method. So we've already started it. So basically what I did is I got a drill. I got the largest bit I could find. And I'm just going to drill it out straight down. See what we got. There we go. Perfect. Now it is down in there good. Now what we want to do is take our pencil. There's a hole here. Mark it there. because that's the hole that we're going to go ahead and drill into our frame so we can mount it. So now I know what you're thinking. How am I going to know where that hole is on the other side? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this, take a pin marking, and I'm going to mark the top here where this is. And we already have your markings on the outside. And then I'm going to bring it back out, flip it around, bring it back here, and I'm going to mark the hole there. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and drill it out. So as you can see, the hole's been drilled. The one thing I didn't mention, and I should, make sure to use lubricant. Always lube up your holes, in order to drill metal through metal so that you don't get any burn, so that the drill doesn't stop on you, and it just makes things easier on the bit. So now the one thing for me is I got to go ahead and drill my own holes because the sides of this trailer are a little bit higher than normal. So I went ahead and started a little pilot hole here. Make sure you lube it up, don't forget about that. And I'm going to drill right through there. And I'm going to mark my sides here and drill through each of these sides. Now this is square tubing, which most people don't have on the lawn trailer. So it obviously is going to have 2 holes through it. So I drilled my first hole through the actual trimmer rack itself. Now I'm going to put a bolt in the bottom where I already drilled the hole into the frame so that I can secure the trimmer rack to the trailer so I can go ahead and drill through and make in my second hole. Now what I did is I went to Home Depot and I got some bolts, just like this. This one's 1.5 inches. It's going to go through the bottom because it's only a lip, so it's not too much. It will stick out just a little bit, but it won't be too bad. And basically I got a 5/16 bolt, and I got 2 washers, one on each end. Then I got a locking washer, and then I got a nut to secure it. So I went ahead and drilled the hole right there, mounted it to the unit, trimmer rack, and here so you can see what my bolt looks like. It's got a washer, it's got a lock nut, and then the nut, and then down here at the bottom, same thing as well. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. The one thing they say is that it should be 3 feet apart. So I'm going to get my tape measure, measure 3 feet here. Alright, it's going to go right there. I'm going to do it just a little bit farther. I'm going to go 3.5 feet right there. Alright, so I'm going to get my other trimmer rack, which is right here. Mark everything out. Go where my board is going to go. I'm going to drill out this one and mount this one. Then next I'm going to show you how to mount the accessories to these trimmer racks. I do want to go ahead and show you something, guys. Right here I was doing a little bit better. On the drill I just drilled here, drilled here, drilled here, drilled here, and then I just kept drilling, and then I would just take my drill and just notch in between here and then here, and it'll pull right out. So this second one was much better. Alright guys, look at that. I am starting to look like a professional. So once again we're going to go ahead and bolt up the accessories. So the backpack blower rack, the beverage cooler rack, and the trim line rack we're going to go ahead and put on. So the backpack blower rack is going to go to A1. That's the top of it, that's the locking mechanism. And then it's going to go to A2, which is right below it. The beverage cooler rack is going to go on the other side where the locks are. And so is the trim line as well. So I'm going to show you how to do all that right. So the first thing we want to do is take out the directions. It's going to have some ways to install certain things. One of those is the beverage cooler rack, which is here, and also the trimmer line rack. You're going to put one on top of the other, depending on what beverage cooler you're going to use. If you're going to use the 5-gallon beverage cooler, you're going to want to put it on, mount it on the bottom. If you're going to use a 3 or 2.5 gallon, you're going to mount it on the top, and then the trimmer line rack is going to mount on the top of the bottom, obviously correspondingly. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and assemble that. Alright guys, so here is the locking rack. This is where we're going to mount the beverage cooler rack and the trim line rack. Forgive my messy garage, it's like every other person's garage. It's got a lot of toys and stuff in it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that now. The beverage cooler rack we're going to mount on the bottom using the bottom holes, and then the trim line we're going to use on the top. The reason why we're doing the beverage cooler rack on the bottom again is because we're going to use a 5-gallon beverage cooler. Okay. So this is what we're going to install right here, and we're going to put it right here on the bottom. And all right, here's the beverage cooler rack. That's it right here. There we go. We got one bolt in. Perfect. Second bolt in. I'm going to put the nuts on the other side. And that's it for the beverage rack. That was easy. It's going to use a 1/2-inch nut on the other side. So I have my 1/2-inch wrenches. I'm going to tighten it down. It's going to be 9/16 on the head side here and a 1/2 on the nut side. One last turn, and we're done. That is mounted. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and install the trimmer line rack. Same thing, it's going to be 2 bolts. It's going to go right at the top. We go right up here like this. Put it in here. Now you can raise it and lower it depending on how tall your beverage cooler is. So I'm just going to put it in the middle. Got my 1 bolt through, got my 2nd bolt through. I'll go ahead and tighten it up. So drop one of my nuts. I'm going to tighten them down. Once again, 1/2-inch on the nut side. On the bolt side, it is a 9/16. Turn on the top, and we are good. That's going to hold the trim line. Pop it right off. Retrim your trimmer. Alright, so now we're going to go on to the backpack blower holder, and we are done. Now we're going to install the backpack blower holder. It's going to be in 2 parts. This right here is going to be the top. That's what you actually put the handle in on the top there, and then you put a lock right here, and then once the lock's there, it won't be able to to lift it off and no one can be able to steal it. It only comes with one bolt, and it's going to go right in the top, right through there, and that's it. So once again, it's all on the size of your backpack blower. So I'm just going to put it right in the middle. Once I get a backpack blower, I don't have one right now, and I'll go ahead and judge it. Take that, and then I'm going to tighten it down. Again, 9/16 wrench on the bolt side, 1/2 inch wrench on the nut side. And there we go. So once again, you're going to put it in there. It's going to lock it down right there as soon as you put a lock through it. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show you. So you take this lock here, right through the top, lock it up, just say lock, and no one can steal it. Okay, now we're going to put the bottom on. This is the bottom here. Alright, it's going to go on just like this. And that's what's going to hold the back of the backpack door. I'm going to stick it on just like this for right now. Let's do it here, and I'm actually going to do it on the top right down here. A little bit snug. So we are all set. Both racks are installed, both racks are in. And now I'm going to go ahead and test it out by putting my trimmer from Echo, my SRM 225 trimmer. I'm going to stick it here, right there. Bring it up there right to the handle. And it locks like that. Ready to go down the road. Thanks guys, I appreciate your time. As soon as this is actually tested and I do some lawns with it and I drive it around town, I'll then do a full review on it. But so far, I'm happy. It's really nice, it's real sturdy, and I'm very impressed. So I will give that update to you probably guys in the next 30 days. Thanks.